if you are going to write a handwritten note, don't just check it off the box. Like, just put everything you have into each letter, into each note, and just know like they're going to get it in 2 or 3 days.
Action. Welcome, welcome. We're here for another mini episode. We're recording. Some of us are in a remote location, some of us are in a home office. But we're going to talk about the beauty and the art and the importance of handwritten notes. We
Yes.
love a good
Yes.
handwritten notes. I love a good love letter, if I'm being honest.
Oh, I love love letters too, Amani.
Yeah,
Wait, so it's funny. Can we derail for a second?
sure.
Because it's February's the month of love. And in our house, I always decorate for Valentine's Day. So there's like hearts and red and love and stuff everywhere. And we have a book on this little stand. It says love. Somebody gave it to us for our wedding. I cannot read the handwriting. I have no idea. And we look at it like every day and I'm still like, who is this? So if you gave it to us, please own up and let me know. But we read from it every day and it's a and they're love notes. Like it's somebody wrote it, but they're like love notes. And yeah, I agree. I love a love note. I'm with
Yeah.
you, Bonnie. I'm with
What
you.
what what about personal handwritten notes is so powerful in this current era?
Well, I think I am a, I have so much to say on this. I People read my emails, people scan through my things, but nobody reads my actual mail that I get to my house. Like my actual mail that comes to my house, I read every single piece and it takes time. It takes time to sit down, pull out a piece of paper, pull out a little note card, write it, address it, look up the address, put the stamp on. So I put more value in that, like when somebody sends something like that to me. And when I'm looking at my bingo card, I'm big on handwritten notes anyways, but one of my goals this year is to do one a day. And I'm up to 54 so far
Yeah.
this
So
year.
you're on pace. You're on
I'm on
pace. You're doing
pace.
well.
I'm on
Okay.
pace. Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you think people don't write handwritten notes more? I love writing handwritten notes. Now I've got into sending postcards. What do you think where is it lost in translation?
I think, a couple things. Like I don't know if you remember this last summer, I had an intern staying with me and I asked her to send like all these different things, like, and that was like a marketing piece where I wanted her to handwrite the address. And it wasn't natural to her to know like the order of it, to know it was like first name, last name, address, city, state, zip code. So I think something's happened in the last like 30 years where it's just we grew up, I had a pen pal. Like we grew up like writing letters, receiving letters. Something has happened where people aren't writing or receiving as many. It's not practice. I'm sure it's not taught in school. If it is, it's not as frequent as it was with us. So I think one, it's just not in practice as frequently. But two, I think people are just so used to their phones and emails that people don't, they're not, they don't see the value of it. I don't think. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're so caught up in instant kind of gratification and instant
Yeah.
notification that we lack the patience to write a note, first of all, put it in the mail, depend on the mail man or woman to get it to the location and just have that time period where we're waiting for it to arrive, like we don't have the patience anymore. Where
Yeah.
actually your patience will be rewarded because you'll be more memorable if you send a handwritten note. They say the fortune is in the follow-up, and I agree.
Okay, so what do you think? Like, I just sent you a handwritten note like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Like, when you get that in the mail, like, what does that feel like to you? What is your dopamine release?
I'm like, ooh, this is not a bill. Let me see what this is. This is not a bill. Let me see what this is. Um, so you get excited to open it up and see what it is because you know it's not a bill, it's not someone trying to sell you something. So you get excited and you read it once, you read it twice, you save it. So I really enjoyed it. I love it and try to practice what I preach.
Now, do you use it in your sales process? Like, do you send your clients or potential clients handwritten notes ever?
Not as much as I should.
Yeah.
Now, if I were to interview for a job, then I
Mm.
might send a handwritten thank you note to the people. I've sent handwritten notes applying for jobs. Like I remember, I think I told you I was applying for certain teaching positions, and I would send a copy of my book and a handwritten note inside the package
Yeah.
to help make me different. So for clients, though, I probably need to be better. I did send a handwritten note and a book to a past client that just finished. So I just need to be more consistent.
Yeah. So I've got to tell you, like, I've incorporated this now into my follow ups because, that statistic of like 80% of the business is closed when it's 5 follow-ups or more.
Yeah.
So if I look at 5 follow-ups, it can't just be all emails, right? So if I'm listing off my follow-ups, right, it's like a video, a handwritten note, an email, a text message, a knock knock on LinkedIn. Handwritten note is normally like 2 or 3. So
Mhm.
for example, like I just had a discovery call 2 weeks ago with somebody who wants to do some sales coaching, and I sent them obviously an email right after. I think I did a video a week later, but then last week I sent, or actually no, it was over the weekend. I sent a postcard. It was a quote from my book, Listen So Hard to Hear Beyond the Conversation. But that was relating to what we were talking about on the phone about building more
Mhm.
business empathy amongst his team. And I sent him that postcard, handwritten note on it. And I think incorporating handwritten note as a critical 5 follow-ups of one
Mm.
of your 5 follow-ups, I think it needs to be in everybody's follow-up right now. Because if you want to stand out and be memorable in the marketplace and have a differentiator, that is a surefire way to do it.
100%. I agree. I
Yeah.
think you can be creative with it. You can, different colored stationery,
Yeah.
postcards, like just handwritten notes, and just get your stamps and mail them. Back in the day, if it was a local client, you would deliver the handwritten note, which made even more
Mhm.
of an impression. Nowadays, most people are spread out, but if possible, like drive or Uber or take it and hand deliver it if possible. I know it's a little different because we have a lot of people in home offices, but
Yeah.
still be creative with it.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, now what about structure? Do you have a structure to a handwritten note that you do, or is it just like whatever's on your mind at that moment?
Whatever's on my mind, dear such and such, thank you, or just thinking. Yeah, kind of just whatever's on my mind. Do you have a
Yeah,
structure?
I do. I do. And I don't do it for everything, but like in business, I try and do inspire. Like, and I always make a handwritten note unconditional love. Like I never ask for anything when I'm sending a handwritten note. So I'm all about, you inspire, here's why you inspire me. Here's why I admire you. Here's why I celebrate you. Like I try and give that because, if I'm going to take the time to write something, I want to give a specific example of like what I admire about you, why I celebrate you, why I'm inspired by you. And I never ask for anything. Like the end of the handwritten note, I don't say, hope we can do business together soon or something like that. Cause I think it like dilutes the meaning of it.
Hmm.
It's truly an unconditional handwritten note.
I love it. I love it. You've got my mind thinking about potential clients and how to send out a thank you handwritten note during the sales process. Because what are the best ways to get people's addresses when you might be just meeting them initially, so it might be a little uncomfortable?
Yeah. I mean, that's a great question. Sometimes I'll just say on that discovery call, like, hey, I want to stay in touch with you. You want to stay in touch with me. There's going to be a lot of different ways to stay in touch. Here's my mobile phone. Are you comfortable giving me yours? If they say no, that's okay. I have your email address. And then I'll say, there may come a time where I might want to send you something, whether that's a conversation that we're having through coaching, like it might be a book or something like that. So are you comfortable with giving me your address if you're at home? And if not, is there a good address at the office? I like to maintain the boundaries and I let them know, like, hey, if you're uncomfortable with this, totally fine. Like just tell me to buzz off. I'm just trying to keep my records clean. So if something strikes me, I can send stuff to you right away. And if they are uncomfortable, that's totally fine too. Not everybody wants you to have their personal information because a lot of
Yeah,
people are working from home. That's fine. But
yeah.
I just like do it as a part of the process.
Okay, okay. I like it.
Mhm.
All right. Anything else to add about handwritten notes and the power? It's very powerful.
Well, as we're talking, this is reminding me of something. So, did you see the Sex and the City movie, the first one?
No.
Whatever many years. What? Amani, I'm gonna make you. That's gonna be homework. I'm gonna
Okay.
make you
I
watch
accept
that.
that. I accept the homework.
You're gonna, especially if you like love letters, you're gonna like this.
Okay.
There's a part in the movie where Carrie is reading a book in bed, and it's called Love Letters from Great Men. And I think so. This movie had to come out in 2010 or 2011 because Scoot and I had just started dating. And I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. I love that. Well, for Valentine's Day that year, Scoot bought me that book, Love Letters from Great Men. And I started reading it. And like, it's from like the 1700s and the
Yeah.
1800s, like, and they're actual letters that like
Mhm.
men at war were
Yeah.
like writing. And you could tell like they wrote the letters. And like it took like months for them to get the letter, and the way they were describing what they were doing, and you could just tell it took months to get there. And it's just so powerful. It's powerful that like today we can instantly text each other versus the way these people were communicating with their loved ones that they didn't get to see. It took months, and then like the person on the receiving end would write and then send that back. They may have only exchanged 2 or 3 letters in a year because of the time. So I value that experience, and I just want people to really think about like we are so privileged to have the access to communication that we do,
Mhm.
and to really honor that. Like, so if you are going to write a handwritten note, don't just check it off the box. Like, just put everything you have into each letter, into each note, and just know like they're going to get it in 2 or 3 days. It's not going to take 5 or 6 months, and it's not going on a horse drawn buggy. It's not like going through inclement weather or on like rough roads. Like this is a privilege to be able to communicate with each other. So really take your care and consideration into it.
All right. Got a book recommendation out of it too. So if you have thoughts on handwritten notes, leave us a comment, a thought. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, rate and review this podcast on the platform you're watching or listening on. And with that, we will see you next week for another mini episode of Adventures in Business Live. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you for tuning in to Adventures in Business. Don't forget to rate and review our podcast on the platform that you're currently listening it on. And don't forget to share it with your friends and anybody that might be as much of the business nerds as Amani and I are. See you next time for another captivating interview.